Hello, my name is Courtney Farr. I'm a Service to Armed Forces volunteer, and I volunteer at Baltimore MEPS at Fort Meade Station.
The three of them I used to know about. That's all right. You can strike that. It was three of them. Wait a minute.
And I work at Fort Meade. I messed up again. Every
You don't
time.
mind an elbow in the ribs.
We're a typical husband and wife.
Volunteer at Fort Meade Military Interest Processing Station.
Now stuff is coming to me now. But anyway, we can.
What's ahead?
Hello, my name is Courtney Farr. I'm a Red Cross volunteer with Service to Armed Forces, and I volunteer at Fort Meade Military Interesting Processing Station.
I'm Kevin Miles, Sr., and I work for the Disaster Action Team.
My name is Michaela, and as a volunteer with Red Cross, I was a receptionist.
Hi, I'm Carol, and I'm on the Disaster Action Team in Howard County, Maryland. This is my husband.
Yes, my name is Harold White, and as Carol said, we've been on the Howard County Disaster Action Team for probably 8, going on 9 years now.
Hi, my name is Sandra Davis. I'm the American Red Cross volunteer. I've been volunteering since 2006.
My name is Tracy Hart, and I've always had an interest with the Red Cross. My mother believed in service. At a very young age, I observed her serve the community after her retirement, and I've always watched the local, national, international commercials about the Red Cross, so it always kind of endeared me. I saw a lot of the work they did with people needing financial assistance, medical assistance, and it's something I kind of connected with. I thought in my mind, even at a young age, that if I had an opportunity, that seemed like a very nice place, an appropriate place to make a difference.
And while I was sitting in the house one day, it was just dawned on me, it was like, I have to do something. Like, I know I'm not on this earth to not do anything. So I just picked up my phone, and I remember I was so sad, I was crying, and I said, like, how do I help people? And the first thing that popped up was Red Cross. And when I saw that, I just knew, I was like, oh, this has to be it.
What inspired me to come to the American Red Cross, I had a need to have certification. So I came to an orientation with the American Red Cross, and then we got an overview of all the programs, and I was thoroughly impressed with the program. So once I got my certification, then I started volunteering and went through extensive training, and it's one of the best things that anyone can do, giving back to the community.
I decided to volunteer with Red Cross when I saw one of my mother's friends volunteering down in Washington, D.C. She was working with the Disaster Relief Services, and I was really inspired by what they were doing. I saw the work they were doing with the community and how much it meant to the people, what they were doing. So I came to Baltimore for graduate school, and I decided that I would join the Red Cross as well. They did a lot for me while I was in the military, and we saw them while I was deployed, so I thought it would be a good way to give back.
I came to Red Cross when I personally had a house fire, and Red Cross came out to help me. It wasn't just, didn't feel like I was just a number to the volunteers, or I wasn't taking up their time. They really took the time out, and they really felt as though that they acted like they knew me forever and that they really cared. And so I came to say thank you to them, and I was going to work a little bit, a couple hours to volunteer to say thank you, but the couple hours have turned into a couple years.
When I get called out of bed at 2 o'clock in the morning, I'm grumpy, but it only takes a few seconds to realize that the people you're going to go see in the next 10 or 20 minutes have just had their lives turned upside down.
And it could be us next. And so you know that if something happened to you, you want somebody to be there to hold your hand and to get you through those first couple days.
So while we were deployed, I was deployed in Kuwait, and from the moment that we left Fort Hood until we got to Kuwait, I kind of saw volunteers. When we left, There was a lady who volunteers with the Red Cross, just giving us hugs as we got on the plane. I thought that was very cute. Once we got to Kuwait, we saw them, I think, in a more official light. They were with emergency messaging, and as a medic, I kind of worked with them to let them know the different things that were going on if we had any kind of situations.
I was working as the receptionist, and I started CNA classes. Going through the CNA class was not easy. It was hard. You have to pass, you have to actually pass. And I remember I was just like, I have all of these people rallying behind me. When I graduated, they put the, the pin on me. This is the pin. I don't know if you guys can see it. It says Nurse, American Red Cross Assistant. That's letting you know what I am. I am a certified nursing assistant. And you guys are gonna make me cry. It's a lot. It's a lot because when I look at this pin, I see somebody that is going places. You can see it written on my face if I keep smiling, right? Like, you see it. Like, I'm not that, I'm not that girl anymore. I'm repping Red Cross. So when I walk outside, I have my head held high.
Jeff Simpson, when I first came, he was the best. He was thorough, professional, just excellent training. He just knew that product knowledge very well. I would love to work with him because he was such a perfectionist. And everything was in order. And I just commend him. It's just a wonderful humanitarian global organization that reach out to the community and in so many capacities.
Red Cross has had a lot of impact on my life because I can continuously see how I'm helping people all the time. It's actually at times when I was going through health problems, and it would lift me up and be able to have me keep going because I knew that I was helping someone else out there. And even if I was going through something, I could be able to just be able to get up and go because I knew that someone out there needed help.
Seems like it always happens in the middle of the night.
2 o'clock is the right number.
2 o'clock is the right number, when you're sound asleep. And usually it's a scene of somewhat chaos. There's usually a lot of fire trucks there. And the people that have been affected obviously are very disoriented. They don't exactly know what to do. The longest deployment we had was after Superstorm Sandy. We spent 3 weeks in New Jersey.
That gave me a real sense of the magnitude of what these people in these large-scale disasters have to put up with. We met a lot of very brave people who were just struggling to get through, and it's a classic example of we got way more out of it than they thought that they did. It was, I just get a little, choked up about that, but.
If we can all incrementally make a difference, it allows, people that you'll never meet, that you'll never see, but you're knowing and believing in your spirit that you're making a difference and you're making a slight dent in the challenges that are going on in the community. It's one of my special gifts. It's appreciated by me much more than any monetary exchange could. It's time for me to give back. So it's not about continuing to take, it's time to give.